Hello everyone, welcome to DevWave Diaries. If you're passionate about tech and eager to learn, you've come to the right place. In today's video, I'll be showing you how to create this card animations that respond to mouse hover, adding a dynamic touch to your web projects. First, let's visit the CDN.js website. I've provided the website link in the description of this video. Once you're there, copy the Cloudflare font awesome CDN link, then paste it right after the CSS link tag in your HTML file. Next, let's create a div with the class container. Inside this container, create another div with the class card. Within the card div, create two more div elements, one with the class top and the other with the class bottom. Inside the bottom div, create an h1 tag and write any heading you like. For example, I'll write source code. After that, add a p tag and use the text lorem20 to generate some placeholder text. Now, let's visit the Cloudflare Font Awesome website. I'll provide the link to this website in the description of this video. Search for code and select any icon you like. Once you've chosen an icon, click to copy the HTML tag, then paste it inside the top div element. Next, select the entire card div and copy-paste it 2 more times. You can do this easily by pressing Shift plus Alt and the down arrow key. This is the only HTML code we need for this animation. Now, let's move on to the CSS. We'll start by creating a CSS boilerplate to ensure consistent styling across all elements. Set margin and padding to 0 to remove any default spacing applied by the browser. Use box sizing, border box so that padding and borders are included in an element's total width and height, making layout calculations easier. Finally, set the font family to sans serif to give the text a clean and modern look. Next, let's add styling to the HTML and body elements. Set the width to 100% and the height to 100% so they take up the full viewport. Then, set the background color to #26292b, which gives the page a dark, sleek look. Now, open the website using Live Server. You should see all the text displayed against a dark background. Next, add style to the container div. Set the width to 100% and the height to 100 vh so it takes up the full viewport height. Use display, flex to enable flexbox layout, and set justify content to center to horizontally center the content. Also, set align items to center to vertically center the content. Finally, add a gap of 2 rem to create spacing between the items. Now, let's add style to the card. Set the width to 20 rem and the height to 24 rem. Use position, relative to allow precise positioning of child elements. Set cursor, pointer to indicate the card is clickable. Add a border radius of 20 px to give the card rounded corners, and set a 2 px solid white border to outline the card. Now, open your browser, and you will see 3 cards, each with a white border. Next, let's add style to the top div element. Set position, absolute and top, 50%, then use transform, translate y, -50%, to vertically center the content. Set the width to 100% and the height to 12 rem. Add a background color of #5f7abd and a border radius of 20 px for rounded corners. Use display, flex, justify content, center, and align items, center to center the content both horizontally and vertically. Open your browser, and you'll see the top div element in blue, positioned in the middle of the card. Next, let's add style to the icon inside the top div element. Set the font size to 3 rem and the color to white to make the icon large and visible. Now, let's add a style for the top div when the card is hovered, using .card, hover.top selector. Set transform, translate y, -100%, to move it upward. Also, add a transition, 1 second to the top div element to create a smooth animation when the card is hovered. Now, open your browser and hover over the card. You'll see the blue top div smoothly move upward. Now, add the border bottom right radius, 0 and border bottom left radius, 0 to the hover effect of the top div. This will make the bottom corners sharp when the div moves upward during the hover. Now, let's style the bottom div element. Copy all the styles from the top div and paste them into the bottom div. Then, add padding, 1 rem for spacing. And change the background color to white. Open your browser, and you'll see that the bottom div is now positioned on top of the top div. Now, add flex direction column to the bottom div. This will stack the content inside the bottom div vertically. Next, let's style the heading inside the bottom div. Set the font size to 1.8 rem. Add a margin bottom of 0.5 rem to create space below the heading. Set the width to 100% to ensure the heading spans the full width of the bottom div. Finally, use text align. Start to align the text to the left, making it consistent with the layout. Now, add a Zindex of 1 to the top div element. This will ensure the top div appears above the bottom div, making it visible on top. Now, open your browser and go to the Inspect tab. Select the bottom div, then go to the CSS panel. Find Transform, Translate Y, -50%, and use the up arrow key on your keyboard to increase this value. You'll see the top div moving downward. When the Translate Y value reaches 0, the bottom div will be positioned at the bottommost portion of the card. We will use this value for the bottom div. Now, add a style for the bottom div when the card is hovered. Use .card, hover.bottom and set Transform, Translate Y, 0. This will move the bottom div to its final position at the bottom of the card when the card is hovered over. Next, add border top left radius, 0 and border top right radius, 0 to the hover effect for the bottom div. This will remove the rounded corners on the top of the bottom div when the card is hovered over. We set the height of the card element to 24 rem, and the height of both the top and bottom divs to 12 rem each. You can choose different heights if you prefer, just make sure the card div's height is twice the height of either the top or bottom div. Now, remove the border from the card div. Open your browser, and you'll see 3 clear cards. When you hover over them, the top portion moves upward while the bottom portion moves downward, revealing the card's text. Next, visit the Cloudflare Font Awesome website again. Search for CSS and copy the icon. Paste the copied icon into the top div of the last card element. Similarly, search for GitHub on the Cloudflare Font Awesome website. Copy the icon's HTML tag and paste it into the top div of the first card. Now, open your browser, and you'll see 3 cards, each with a different logo. When you hover over the cards, the top and bottom divs move upward and downward respectively, and reveal the card text. If you enjoyed this tutorial and found it helpful, please give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button to stay updated with all our latest content. Your support helps us create more exciting and valuable videos. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode of DevWave Diaries.